Match made. Off you go.
Oh, there's no better.
Now's the time! Attack their glass!
Hey, welcome to Polyarch. I'm Chris Barassa, the design director on Glassbreakers. We are known for Moss and Moss 2, but Glassbreakers was actually our first prototype 10 years ago. Danny Buller, one of the founders, invited me up to take a look at the game. I played it one time, he looked at me and said, I need you to help me make this game. It felt a little bit like a fighting game, it felt like a strategy game, but at the start, the player base wasn't quite there for a multiplayer game. So we began with Moss and really honing in on that bond. The relationship that we felt and the ability to build that, we created Quill, and she became a hit. As Moss 2 was continuing through, the studio began to grow. During that time, we started re-exploring Glassbreakers because the VR market had grown to support more multiplayer-based games. I know there are a lot of questions around Moss 3, and we are very excited to start exploring that. But before we do, we have some different stories to tell. And for those that loved Moss, there's a spot for you in Glassbreakers as well. This is our way of expanding on the world of Moss and being able to tell stories that we weren't able to tell with just Quill. Expanding on new areas of the world, new characters to meet,
Now this is fun!
and even some backstory that might tie some characters together.
One thing that we've really prided ourselves on here at Polyarch is a lot of environmental storytelling. So every backdrop, every scene that you're in, there's all these things that hint at a larger story of things that have happened in those places that are really important, really meaningful. I feel like our players have really fallen in love with that world, and it's such a rich world full of tons of possibilities. Glassbreakers is giving us an opportunity to dive back and sort of elaborate on those gaps that we've left, fill them in, introduce new characters, and really let players dive deeper into that world.
At one point, Glassbreakers was a turn-based game. Now it's a fast-paced strategy game with ebbs and flows. They can get in, get out, play with their friends, play against their friends. Glassbreakers is easy to pick up and play, to move your champions around, cast some abilities, and just have some fun with your friends. But then, as you look deeper and see that it's about timing your abilities, the combinations of your champions and the teams that you build, that really makes the game a deeper experience.
In Moss and Moss 2, you're really only playing from the perspective of 2 different characters, but with Glassbreakers, we're introducing people to 12 different champions from that world.
Once you've selected your champions, it is time to play a game of glass. You and your champions need to destroy your opponent's glass while protecting yours. It's up to you to use your combination of champions, their unique abilities, and the positioning on the board to handle what your opponent is going to throw at you. One of the popular strategies is using multiple tank champions to control our gear zones. Gear is the quickest way to give your champions a power boost, and the more power you have, the easier it is to defeat your opponent. If your opponents are moving all their champions to one spot, sometimes it's smart not to just go fight them, but to go take all the other objectives on the map, especially the Sway Stone, which can sway the battle. We use a hex-based movement system, which means positioning matters. Those gear zones that we talked about, if you don't want to fight somebody, just position your champion so there's no more movement tiles for them to get in, and then they're forced to have to go around. Or they may use some champion's abilities and pull you right out of the way. The enemies trying to take that Sway Stone will use Barnard's ability to blast not only the champions, but that Sway Stone and take it for yourself. And those are just some basic strategies. Glassbreakers is so much deeper.
So around October of 2023, we went into an open beta. and we played 60,000 matches during the beta.
We did complete balance overhaul across the game, uplifting the champions that had a lesser play rate and toning down those ones that were kind of dominating everything. Before anyone asked the question, yes, Chet, our main duelist, did get nerfed.
A lot of players we found were burnt out by free-to-play games. There's so many of them, lots of battle passes for you to complete. We decided that the best thing for us and for them was to make the game more of a premium experience.
With free-to-play, we had to lock things behind grinds and paywalls. Moving from free-to-play to a premium experience, we're able to build out a deep progression system that rewards players' time.
Now that we've come back, we've decided that we wanted all of these hundreds of cosmetics to be included with the game, and they're now on mastery tracks for each of the champions.
Gaining this mastery will unlock skins, dyes, new champions, all rewarding you for continuing to play with them and giving you stuff to show off to let everyone know how masterful you are with this champion.
Once you have your favorite champions, and the more you play with them, eventually you'll be able to unlock their mastery skin. My favorite cosmetic is the dyes. They can change the color scheme for any of the skins in the game, so you can coordinate all of your champions or do something a little bit different for each one.
I can live with it.
All the characters that we've created in the game, they have those same touches that we've brought to Moss and Moss 2, where when you get close to characters, they look at you, you can interact with them. When you equip them with dyes, they react.
Oh, Mom, I like it.
It's all those sort of hallmarks of the animation and the characters that we've built in the games. And now that's coming to life with these 12 different champions that you can play as. We like to infuse as much lore and as much meaning into all our environments as we can. If you look back in the church in Moss and Moss 2, you'll see stained glass images of Reese show up in some of those scenes, and some of those images that are on Reese's clothing and equipment. You also get to see some of those champions like Chetleaf, who show up in the Sprite realm as the champion that they've sent forth to try and look for the glass. There's a lot of really great links back to those stories that I think players are really going to enjoy, and I think it'll give you a reason to go back and play Moss and Moss 2 and look for those little Easter eggs.
We're bringing 4 new champions to Glassbreakers. We have Jane, our gambling caster, who lets fate decide how strong his ability can be.
You toast!
We have Debo, our mushroom drummer, who wants to get the party started,
Get up, y'all!
boosting all of his allies that are nearby.
He's a positive character. He wants to uplift his team. It's also just great to add like a nice positive touch that I think players will really enjoy, like a bit of levity to the game.
Now this is fun.
Mira, our bubbly duelist who loves a one-on-one fight, and a Moss favorite, Sahima, who's able to take down entire squads with her chakram.
You might recognize Sahima from Moss 2. Her ability is the chakram. She can throw it across the board and take out more than one of your opponent's champions. Sahima starts with a costume that you might recognize from Moss 2, but as you move on her progression track, she has lots of really cool mountain-themed cosmetics that you can unlock.
One of the biggest things that we heard is that one map wasn't enough, so we will be releasing with 4 total maps.
They take you to different places around the world of Moss. You can get immersed into an underground cave with lava flowing. There's a snow-capped mountain peak. And then my favorite is the fantastical sprites realm, which is where the sprites come from.
Certain champions are fantastic on one and might struggle a little bit on the other. You might need to take this into consideration because our ranked matchmaking picks the map randomly. So do you want to gamble on a team composition that's fantastic on one map and might struggle on another? Or do you want to build a well-rounded squad that can handle anything that is thrown at you?
So we only had one option in the beta, which was 1v1. It was great, but it didn't capture everybody's way that they wanted to play. So now you can play as 1v1, 2v2, or even 1v2 versus the AI.
We're bringing our newest feature, Buds Mode, our cooperative mode where you and a friend can take on other players or the AI.
The AI was actually something that evolved the most, I think, since beta. We spent a lot of time with that. We call it affectionately Taterbot, but I think it's evolved a lot since then, and I think people will be really excited to challenge themselves against the AI now. For new players, we hope that they will find it to be a welcoming experience. They can jump in and play against the AI before they even go into the arena, so that should take some of the pressure off. And they can even join our Discord to be matched up with a mentor that's played the game before.
Community has always been at the heart of Glassbreakers. We have been doing town halls inside of our Discord, but as we get closer to launch, we're also going to be launching 2 programs. One of those is the mentorship program, and the other is the Vanguard program. So the mentorship program is all about meeting players wherever they are in their journey. So if you are an experienced player and you played in beta, and if you are a new player, we want to make sure that we can pair you. We want to give you the opportunity and the tools in order to do that. And then for the Vanguard program, if you really love bringing your friends in to play the games that you are enjoying, then we really want to make sure that we are rewarding you. We are going to spend the first couple months being really hands-on with the community. We want to make sure that we are supporting that community, not just with the programs, but also with check-ins and making sure that the game is feeling exactly the way that you want it to. If you'd like to be a part of the community, we would love to have you. Our Discord is discord.gg/polyarcgames.
I hope players really get to dig in and see the love that we've put in, not only in the characters and the detail that we have with them, but the systems and the combinations that we've tried to allow players to discover and unlock.
We know it's been a long time, so I cannot wait to get people back into the game and to hear what they think of what we've done.
Getting to see it over the finish line is just, it's emotional, it's great.
I remember working on Mojo whenever I first got to Polyarc, and I've also now been getting little bits and pieces of the lore of the champions that are coming to Glassbreakers, and I am so excited for players to get their hands on those champions too.
It's been 8 years from prototype till now. The game has gone through so many different changes. We're just really excited to see what players do with it and what they discover.
Now's the time! Attack their glass!
Make sure that you wishlist Glassbreakers on Steam and Quest.